I see live people. I see dead people.
Hello everybody watching, you're watching another episode of Savcast, and we're looking at Game 2 of our best of 3 series between MouzHasu, the yellow Protoss spawning here in the bottom right position on Tal'Darim Altar, against his teammate MouzMorrow, the green Zerg, spawning in the top right position. If you haven't seen Game 1, please go back and watch it on my channel. It's the previous video. I'm going to spoil the results. Morrow won. That game was pretty vicious. Hasu sat back, did a 3-gate Stargate expand. Morrow sort of went 14 bull, 16 hatch, and just built about 70 drones, and then abused Hasu for the rest of the game with infestors and baneling drops in his mineral line and some just great Zerg, aggressive Zerg play, just penning HasuObs into his base and never letting him out. HasuObs, I really feel, needed to put on some earlier pressure than he did, and he suffered as a result. So we'll see if he's learned from that on this, and see if he does it on this map. I think he might probably want to go for a slightly earlier expand. I think 3-gate expand is great, although obviously you get Racheling's all-ins are starting to get more effective against that. But I think the Stargate just delayed his expansion so much, and the Phoenixes, although they lasted all game and got a stupid number of kills, queuing up 4 probes, he got a huge number of kills. They just didn't do enough damage. He'd been better off getting a couple more voids, and then he's able to threaten hatcheries, because Phoenixes can't, of course, attack buildings. In the meantime, however, let's talk about the present. Morrow has put down a 14 pool by the looks of it, and is chatting to Hasu about stuff that I don't know, as I'm not on Mousesports. But yes. And it looks like, I don't know what they're talking about, some TSL thing, apparently. Hilarious. And Hasu is putting down a gateway and gas and another pylon. So standard play so far, no sort of proxiness or anything like that. They do know where each other are. They are not in the most comfortable positions for Zerg, although of course it's they do like to be sort of probably over here in cross positions. Just want to be as far away from their opponents as possible. If you have a bit of a wall off going off here in the smaller choke, your natural is pretty wide open, though it's pretty easy to vulnerable just because most enemies have to come sort of near this ramp, and then you get some line of sight on them and get a few more extra volleys off onto them before they get to your base. And still no hatchery from Morrow, because this probe is being annoying and patrolling and stopping it. This drone is going to come along, and with the Zerglings out now as well, that probe is going to have to run, and Morrow will be able to put his hatchery down. Just delayed a little bit. That's something you always want to do as Protoss players, just delay that hatch. It just lets you get a few more probes out before they're able to get that hatchery down. That's when the Zerg players' economy starts to explode, is once they're on 2 hatch with a couple of queens and they start producing 10 drones at once. So it'll be interesting if Hasu has learnt from that previous game where he just didn't put any early pressure on. He has got a second gas out, so we might be seeing another sort of Sentry expand build. I doubt he's going to go for that Stargate again. I do think that just didn't work out. I think Phoenix is great for scouting and for a bit of harass and map control, but I don't think that they definitely shouldn't be the only pressure you try and apply to a Zerg opponent. Morrow reacted to them really well. He had crawlers up just in time, just really nice timing. And this is patch before patch 1.3.3, so all those changes haven't been implemented. So Walkgate still takes 140 seconds. Sentries train the normal time from gateways, and these Zerglings might just get into the space, but he does manage to block it off with the probe, and the Zealot's going to sandwich them. Nice little bit of micro there from Hasu. Nice attempt at running in from Morrow as well, and cancels the pylon at the last minute just before the probe dies. Almost getting a scout into the main base, and that would have been pretty huge for Morrow to be able to see exactly what was going on post drone scout. That is something that Zergs do complain of and have been complaining of recently, is their lack of scouting. And so any extra free scout that they can get like that is very, very helpful for them. We do see that Hasu's put down 2 extra gates and then the Nexus, so it's sort of it's kind of a 1-gate expand, but just with very early 4 gates apparently. So yeah, it's just a little bit more risk for a little bit of an earlier expand. It's just what he does, but this is actually quite a nice wall. I like. Still got the Zealot there, and although Morrow is well known for baneling busts, I don't think we'll be seeing it here. I think he's just going to take this opportunity to sit back and expand free well and drone up as much as he wants again, like he did in game 1. He knows exactly what he's doing. There are 4 gates going up, though that is indicative of a little bit of scary pressure. Wargate is done. Hallucinate is on the way, so we might see hallucinated Phoenix Scout. So he'll get to know exactly what is going on in MouzMorrow's base. But MouzMorrow is up to 35 drones to 40 drones, sorry, to 29, and taking all his gases. So now we'll see the gas explosion. We'll see layer going up before too long, I'm sure. Still no layer though, that's actually quite interesting. I think he's just doesn't want his layer yet, apparently. But I'm sure we'll see the layer going up before too long, and then maybe some infestors, banelings, etc. that we saw in game 1. He does already have an Evo chamber up just in case there is some air coming in, and he's able to get those upgrades. This is a feature of the first game, is when he got some really fast 2-2 on his Zerglings and banelings, and that just started to rip through the Protoss army. He was stuck on 1-1 for quite a long time. Nice little Zergling scout, always checking out what is going on. This Phoenix is going to have a good look at MouzMorrow's base, and he's going to see that he's still on 2 base, although he is knocking down those rocks about a similar time he did in game 1. Looks to take his 3rd, and yeah, I think he's going to see everything. MouzMorrow's going to know it's not real because it's not doing any damage to his overlords. That's how you can tell that that Phoenix is not real or not. Here we do see the layer going up just now for MouzMorrow, so we will see some high tech on its way. At the moment he literally has queens and Zerglings. Does he have speed done even? Yes, he does. Okay. He looks like Hasu is pumping out lots of sentries, going for a fast 3rd, sorry. And this is one way of combating a Zerg you leave alone, is that you take lots of expansions yourself, because Zerg do tend to find it a little bit tricky to try and put pressure on you. But MouzMorrow is a very aggressive Zerg player, and he sort of has almost July Zerg-esque switch in which he will drone and then he will kill you. And you've got to be prepared for when he flicks that switch and decides to go to kill mode, because it's pretty scary. And Hasu really, I think, is probably feeling a bit battered and bruised from the previous game, as MouzMorrow dominated him. It wasn't even close. If you want to see how to play PvZ, go watch that game. That was just some great play. I don't think Hasu played as well as he could have done. But we do see now he is looking to exert some pressure with a lot of sentries and just a few stalkers, but he is just Phoenix scouting again. I really think Hasu kind of seems scared of pushing onto the creep, and you should be scared of going onto creep, but at the same time you have to put some pressure onto a Zerg player, otherwise they're allowed to get this kind of lead on you. And he is MouzMorrow is behind by 12, 13 workers, and he needs to put some pressure on. But great spine crawler placement up on the hill. They get some extra vision that the units have to get right up close to them before they can attack them because of the height difference. And it's just going to be really difficult, I think, for MouzMorrow to apply some pressure now. I think he needs to do it earlier, before MouzMorrow was getting up his 3rd and had a few more units out. We do see though the timing on the 3rd is not that far behind MouzMorrow's for MouzHasuObs, so he's going to be sort of on parity in bases, which is never a good thing for a Zerg player. You do want to try to be ahead on bases when and when you can. We do see Blink going up for MouzHasuObs, and Blink Stalker against MouzMorrow's sort of mass Zergling Baneling build. I don't know if Blink Stalker is the best option, but he is going for that. No Robo as of no Robo Bay going down. And we do see a Templar Archives coming out. He's going for fast high Templars. I think he knows that there's going to be sort of mass Zergling aggression coming. We do see Banelings and Baneling speed plus 2 upgrades in Festa Pit. It's looking very similar to last game from MouzMorrow. And we do have some Banelings just sneakily morphing in here, and I think we might see an Overlord coming along. He has upgraded speed and the drop and the Ventral Sax upgrade, so I think might see another Baneling drop on either the main or the natural, and that was what really did it for MouzHasuObs in the previous game. He found it very difficult to deal with those drops. Very deadly when you get Banelings dropped into your mineral lines. Very difficult to react in time. And a huge number of Banelings going down. 24 Banelings being morphed now for MouzMorrow. And we do see a Overlord coming into the natural of MouzHasuObs. Is he going to be able to react in time? Is he going to get the drops off? It could be a huge number of probes going down if he doesn't. Is he going to see it? Oh, he pulls away just in time. He is going to drop the Banelings. They do have speed, so all the probes get clumped up. This could be disastrous. Oh, he goes on the high Templar. That might have been a mistake. I think he really wanted to go for the probes, and as it is, he loses 4 Banelings for just a few probe kills. So I don't know if that was sincere, but at the same time he's dropping into the 3rd, and there he gets a much more effective hit. He gets another few probe kills. And there is one lone Bailing stuck and bugging out on the mineral line, so they are kind of like Reaver drops. They do still have AI issues, and at the same time MouzMorrow was pressing the front and just distracting the Protoss army to try and sort of get a bit of an avenue for the drops. This single cannon though isn't going to do much, unfortunately, unless it starts targeting Overlords. Desperately now though, HasuObs' army is split. He's got a huge lot in his natural, and all the Balins going down. There's a huge number of Pro-Kills happening. This is disastrous damage for HasuObs. This is happening just like the third game, and the third Nexus goes down, and now MouzMorrow is just going to run away. He's going to lose a few Overlords. Oh, Bailing takes out 2 High Templar. That was huge as well. Oh, this is really deadly. He is now less than half the worker count of MouzMorrow, and the Zerglings with their +2 upgrades are going to come in and start ripping through these Stalkers despite them having Blink and the Storm. Huge Storm going down, lots of really good force fields, great force fields, fantastic, just enclosing himself and letting the Zealots in the perfect place to be able to tank those Zerglings. But at the same time, HasuObs has taken a huge amount of damage, and I think MouzMorrow will just be taking a very safe 4th before too long. And we're going to see Pathogen Glands going down, Festus on the way, 9 drones coming out, he's able to drone, and Bailing up at the same time, up to 71 drones. And, well, Deja Vu. HasuObs sitting back, not able to put any pressure on, and he's going to get dropped to death. Murray's still having Overlords here in the main. He dropped the main as well at the same time. So much action happening. Difficult to keep up with. But yeah, just great Zerg play from MouzMorrow. I really like this start of fast 2-2 on his Zerglings, and then just Bailing drops and dropping into the mineral line, and you just pen the Protoss player into his own base. And look, he's going to do it again. He's going to be attacking the third, which is halfway done, and coming in at the same time he's going to be dropping the natural. We do see HasuObs is reacting, but at the same time this natural is under attack. Another Storm going down. Is he going to be able to get the Bailing drop off? Looks like he's going to the main instead, but at the same time HasuObs is trying to defend his third. That's where his army is, and the Stalkers did clear them up, although he does get a few Bailings off, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. But huge Bailing hit there, going down on a bunch of sentries and probes. Really not very good for HasuObs. He is 42 to 77, and wow, MouzMorrow is still just bossing this fight. He's got more Bailings and Zerglings ready to be dropped. He's got Overlords surrounding HasuObs' base, and there's not going to be much HasuObs can do to break out from this, I don't think. He's probably is better off just trying to 1-8 into MouzMorrow's main, but he's got so much production. Look at all these Infestors copping out. We'll all be 75 energy, so they can use that fungal growth ability and lock down a lot of the Protoss army. And we do see a Neuroparasite on the way, and just in case there were any big nasties, I'd love to see him Neuroparasite High Templar and storm his own army or something. That would be great fun. I think that would be good to see. I don't know if we're going to see it or not. I think MouzMorrow just going to just keep on producing, upgrading, getting 3-3 now, and he's just going to go for another push. And if he takes down this third for one more time, then I think that's going to be the GG, really. HasuObs is going to be far too behind. He has managed to probe as fast as he can. Big Storm go down on those Zerglings. Nice feedbacks on the Infestors. 3 feedbacks, all killing. These Infestors are really fat with energy, and they do only have 90 health, so they do die pretty easily to feedbacks. But the Zerglings are coming in. Huge fungal growth down on the pitifully small army of Hasu. More Zealots being walked in, that's not going to be enough. Not with the Bailings coming in. Huge Bailing hits going down. Really nice play from MouzMorrow, and this is game over once again. A very similar game to the previous one, and not too surprising, just really commanding Zerg play from MouzMorrow. He was never under any sort of threat, and I think that was what has lost HasuObs this series. Just hasn't been nearly aggressive as he needs to be, and this is all over bar the shouting, bar the fat lady, and bar the GG, I think. And that third Nexus does go down for another time. 44 supply, 100 supply difference, and the GG well played coming out from HasuObs, as he really was outplayed in this series. So very comfortable, I feel, for MouzMorrow against his Protoss teammates, showing some great aggressive Zerg play. He was never under any pressure, and he was just able to drone up, and then you sort of had the army explosion of upgraded Zerglings, Bailing drops into the mains, into the naturals, into the thirds. HasuObs just had to keep his army together, because then there was always the risk of Zerglings running in, and that was it. Just really nice play from MouzMorrow. Really liked that play. So there we go, another best of 3 from the ESL Daily Motion Cup completed. It is a really good tournament, and Muslim is playing on Monday, and I'm really excited, because if you haven't seen it, he played in the EG Masters Cup for EG, his first real showing for EG, and he bossed Mers for Dignitas Mers in a best of 3 TVT. Really nice mech play. So go and check out those VODs on DJ Wheat's stream. I think you can find them on Team Lick as well, or on myeg.net. So there you go, another cast from Savcast. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thumbs up, comment and subscribe. Check out my announcement video at Newscraft.